So I set out to make a platform because I thought it would be a good challenge and I want to see if anyone would use it. Long story short, there was way more interest than I thought there would be for this tool. People have come out from the community and like absolutely destroyed my inbox on Reddit, and it's been crazy. People have been offering to help on it. I'm going to be telling you about how I made it, what the process was, and just showing you what I've got so far because I'm pretty stoked with it. So basically, for any other YouTube creators that are out there, there's the subreddit called YouTubers. And I go on here, it's this great place that people starting on YouTube share information about what makes a good thumbnail, how to make your top videos interesting, things not to do, just a general forum, I guess. One thing that's quite common is that people ask for feedback, right? One thing people have figured out is that thumbnail click-through ratios, which is like how many people click on your thumbnail when they see it on the like suggested tab on YouTube. The higher you can get that number, the better YouTube will rank your algorithm and like your video and put it in front of more people as like a suggested video. So often people will either offer to review other people's thumbnails, or they'll come in there and say, hey, can someone look at my thumbnails? I don't really know which one of these looks the best, because we're all learning, right? So I saw these and I kind of thought, you could definitely make a site to just have a list of all of these, so you don't have all this spam in this subreddit, right? Because it's really clunky. People would post, hey, can I get feedback please? And then people kind of DMing each other because you're not allowed to like self-promote. My initial goal was basically make a page with some thumbnails and people can vote on it. Now, that's a lot more complicated than you think to get going, because I wasn't going to do no like Squarespace drag and drop thing. I had to make this from scratch, which means writing like the servers that save all the data, right? Authentication or something so that people can log in. People need to have accounts. Making the front end, the thing that you see, and then also you need to design that, right? And then like marketing and all that stuff. So I basically set out, I made some wireframes. So you'll be looking at the wireframes at the moment. They're pretty basic, but they're really important because I needed to actually nail down what features I wanted to have. So in these wireframes, you can kind of see me laying out the key kind of components, which is the images, which will be the thumbnails people can upload. You can click on them to vote, and then maybe some comments. Next, I moved on to actually kind of making a mock-up of just the front end without having the server ready yet. So I actually use this thing called Chakra UI, which is super useful. Just found out about it recently, which lets you work in React, but use a whole bunch of pre-built components, so you don't have to like do as much styling work. You can just kind of theme things. So things were coming together quite nicely. I did a little bit more iterating on the design. Took a while to figure out my color palette. It still doesn't really look that great, but whatever. And then it was time to get some APIs in, because at that point I was just using mock data. It was all placeholder data from the service called Mockaroo. Recommend that, it's really cool. As I started working on the server stuff, I decided to use AWS Lambdas, API Gateway, and Amazon like CloudFront. If anyone knows what that is, I don't know if you do. S3 buckets to host this. So I was going for like a completely serverless stack here, essentially, because I just kind of wanted to learn it. And I know that if you do it right, it can be very cheap if you have a site that not a lot of people are using yet, because you only get billed for what you use. So yeah, although protecting it against someone just spamming the refresh button is important. So I had to do a bit of that as well. So while I got started on this, because it was kind of the more dry part, I mean, I can't really find you much interesting stuff to show about my backend development because it's just code that runs on a server and stores data into a database. I thought, I should probably do some market validation or something like that, so that when I upload my first beta, there's actually someone there to check it out and try it out. So basically I made a little Reddit post on the YouTubers subreddit, and basically without, self-promoting it, didn't post any links or anything like that, just described the features. It's going to be free. And yeah, just didn't really think too many people would be interested, but it turned out heaps of people were interested. Can see like I just asked people to DM me so I could like talk to them in private, I guess. But yeah, I got absolutely spammed with like requests from people wanting to use the tool. The feedback was really positive as well, which was pretty exciting because I didn't think people wanted to use it. People were offering to help me develop the tool and everything. I'm telling you, it's like some kind of a saint for doing this for the community, but they hadn't even seen the tool yet. So since I didn't have anything to deliver yet, I thought, crap, I better do something to like gather all of this hype, which is being generated from this post. So I quickly like made a Google form that people could fill in their interest, so that I could like contact them, let them test. So these were like the early beta testers. So I got like 40 or 50 people to sign up basically, and I didn't have anything to show them yet. So that was like a Friday here, and that weekend, this weekend just gone, was just me just cramming as hard as I could to get like the front end and the back end to go together, because there was no point releasing something without you being able to upload anything, right? Because that's what people want to do. So I tried to get to that as fast as possible, and eventually I got to that stage. This is what we currently have. You can upload, you can vote, which is pretty dope. It's a nice little green thing around the ones you voted on, and you can comment. Now you'll notice there's a lot of placeholder data, like there's no usernames. You can't actually delete your post. And on top of that, you have to paste in a URL for the image, because I knew that uploading images was like a whole nother level of complexity, and it's more expensive as well. So I might do that further on. People started using it. This was the crazy thing. People, as soon as I released it, people started making accounts, because I can't see people's passwords or anything like that, because I use a separate service for managing that to keep it all secure. But I can see how many people have signed up. Currently like 30 or 40 people have made accounts and like have started beta testing it and giving me more feedback, and I've kept trying to basically get more little fixes out. That's basically how I started the beta for this Your Tool. I don't know if I'll rename it at some point. You can check it out down below. Also, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but I think it's Vboat or Vboat. Amazing support on Discord. He's been using this platform as a beta tester. I don't know him, but he made me like some assets and stuff for the website because he reckoned the logo would look nice. So that's now the logo. He's got a channel, so definitely check that out, because his content, his art skills are just fucking amazing. Follow along for future updates. Hope you enjoyed this one. There's a subreddit as well, and a Discord. So all the links, you know where to find them. Excited to share this thing. It's a little bit different from the usual. Let me know what you think.